286 slides. Yeah. No, really, back to 20 minutes. Put it back there and some of the material I was going to cover in this meeting, I'll address it in the afternoon session, breakout session. I have a lot of reference on architecture and how Fortinet ways in the Azure sandbox. There's a lot of code solutions that we have done with Microsoft/Azure West Coast. It's very important for us as a tech business. Has to continually innovate and deliver a lot of these solutions that we're describing. Okay. Yeah, perfect. All right. See my shiny new toys. All right. Okay. This is Jim and I put together at the house. 12 a.m. before the some of the slides. I apologize for Adam and the person you can't see this. I think maybe you can, so each you can hear. I'm going to talk about, from our perspective, as not so much a vendor, but a cybersecurity partner. A lot of our customers are looking for not a trusted advisor, but somebody they can trust. Somebody can put some skin in the game. I think I've talked about this morning. This is the reason I put this slide over. This is the problem. How do we, as Microsoft, as Palo Alto, Cisco, Checkpoint, Fortinet, how do we address this? How do we help our customers? And we did a very, very important thing about 8 years ago. And some of my colleagues here should add some commentary to it. When we moved into the cloud, our first experience was with AWS. It was just pay go. So a customer can go to AWS, they can fulfill anybody's next generation firewall, email encryption, and they can pay for it hourly to get bills monthly. Well, customers started getting deeper and deeper into other security stack elements within their enterprise environment, like campus or branch distribution. And what we found was customers, when they're moving to the cloud, what we found was it's being driven by the board, it's being driven by CIO, it's being driven by their competitors, and then all of us in this room, we have to make it work every day. We've got this major anxiety level, okay? And this major risk factor. We've got these executives, we've got competitors, we've got partners at 4 level 1. You've got to move to the cloud. And as Corey and I were talking about this morning, what we tell our customers, crawl, walk, jog, and then run. You don't need to be in every cloud in the industry. You don't need to be in one cloud. I'll talk to you about it. Yeah, it's good to be in AWS for backup or Google for certain things. Google's kind of a big education to try to break into it. But what we have done as a vendor, as a trusted partner, as a manufacturer, is deliver these cybersecurity solutions. We've enacted a lot of resources. Now, these resources cost us a lot of money. They are major investments. So there's 2 resources behind my team. So I'm responsible for sales and engineering in the Southeast. I support not only you folks, but I support our account teams. We're kind of like an overlay team. We also work very closely with Microsoft and Azure. Well, wow, that's a lot of bandwidth. How do you do it? So,
virtual, wait, excuse my favorite. Virtual people need to see your power.
Oh, good. So what we put in place about years ago has been very, very successful. It really differentiates us from others. When you guys come to us with a project, we want to fully understand what your existing security stack is. I think one of the gentlemen today said he's kind of starting at 0. Okay, you might have a firewall, you might have a sandbox, you might not have malware or ransomware or URL filtering or IPS, a client device or on a server or on a storage device. So what we do is we look at that existing environment with customers. This is a no-cost exercise we do. We do assessments, we do network assessments, wireless assessments, any kind of assessment you want, you wish. But what we do is once we gather that information and the customer says, okay, we need to move student reservation to the cloud. Or the mistake I made 15 years ago when I was in front of the CIO of USL, and he said, oh, we can block Facebook all day long. None of your students get access to Facebook. He goes, wait a minute, that's how we deliver content. We deliver curriculum over Facebook. But can you block Farmville? Yeah, we can. So I had to learn. But again, So what we do is that when you're looking to migrate and move applications and databases into an Azure workload, we have just in the US, I'm just saying in the Southeast, it's not in the Southeast, you're right. Just in the Southeast, we have 12 dedicated Azure cloud security architects. Now these folks, they've got full education, full certification. All they do is live in an Azure environment every day. It's not to say they don't have it for AWS or these resources are critical. These resources do not cost, say, PC anything, do not cost you anything. This is a service that we provide to help you through. I like calling it like the daisy road. What's the best practice? How do we take virtual firewall, a firewall that we've seen in a data center in a rack for years, or sandbox, or any other type of elements that you had in your security stack? How do we take that you can see, you can troubleshoot it, you can manage it, you can monitor your data center? But now you're going to put it in an Azure data center? That causes a lot of frustration. It causes a lot of anxiety. Because as a network infrastructure analyst, you can't see it. You see someone else's data center. So they automatically feel like I lost control. I have no visibility. So what we do is as we architect these solutions, these are all virtual solutions, by the way. We architect this virtual solution in an Azure environment. We have got to make this statement. This statement right here, we all complexity is the enemy of security. Complexity is the enemy of a lot of things in life, right? Especially when I have 3 teenagers in college. It's very complex. But this resource that we put in place really has shortened the window of risk and really lessened some of the anxiety our customers have. As Corey said, we're trying to really address the high visibility, the highest level threats and attacks, right? We can't do 99.9%, but with the technology, with the knowledge, with the partnership that we have, SVC, with Microsoft, Azure, with Fortinet, we're able to have more. I mean, look at the resources that are in the front base. There's a lot of resources here. There's a lot of resources up on the 10th floor where I think Azure is. These guys and gals are sharp. We equally had to have that same type of staff. So then we take a step further. Once we have looked at your use cases, once we looked at your use requirements, what databases are you going to put today in a storage bucket? What application are you going to spin up and say an Azure VNet, virtual network? Then we say, okay, you made the investment, you want to deploy this. So now we have the ability where we can actually do just API configurations to help you make sure the application is running. But it goes back to the daisy road. What's the best practice that Fortinet possesses to assure that your project is going to be successful in Azure or GCP or AWS or Oracle? Big thing moves to the cloud now. All you folks have HR applications. JD Edwards, PeopleSoft, and that business. That's all moving to the cloud. Oracle's doing that major investment. So that engagement assures that your cloud migration project is successful. We just don't go away after 2 weeks or 3 weeks. We stay with the engagement people monthly, quarterly health checks to make sure people are trained, make sure these applications can go right. Okay. Any questions so far?
Do you know the chance of your slides online?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, can you email it to me? I can share it with you. Okay.
2 takeaways, and I know I've got 2 minutes, so there's 2 takeaways I would like folks to understand. I'm going to talk a little bit about FortiGuard Labs, and I'm talking about security fabric. You're asking, why do I need to know about the security fabric? I'll explain to you 2 slides away. But this is FortiGuard Labs. This is a huge differentiator for us. Fortinet around the world, you look at 100 billion of hits a day. These ransomware, malware, threat actors, countries. And as we find a ransomware malware, we write new signatures or whatever we do, we push that out to over 700,000 devices. What's a device? It could be a switch, it could be a router, it could be a firewall. That's what we're known for. We're a firewall company. But we're continually pushing out, looking at all these particular threat vectors, backup connections, proactive research, threat intelligence services. Do other companies do this? Yeah, we do. But just the sheer presence of what we have installed around the world, this gives us a significant leg up on our competitors. And this is a significant value to you because you don't have to do any of this. This is transparent. We're doing this in the background, 24/7, 365, making sure that your operating system on your firewalls, any of the security elements, virtual solutions, it would be our mail encryption, it would be our voice IP, it would be our load balancing. We're assuring that those investments that you've made in the cloud will continue to be updated and refreshed. Okay. Any questions? All right. Security fabric. Now, why is this important? This is a huge differentiator for our company. Yes, Cisco's been out there much longer, Checkpoint's been out there much longer, Palo Alto and Fortinet about the same amount of years as far as competition. But the reason this is so critical is because if you look at traditional SIEMs, I think Corey had mentioned earlier, security event monitoring system. We have one. Splunk's been kind of a leader out there with Microsoft with the Sentinel product around 7. These are great tools. We didn't have these tools 15 years ago. Yeah, they can collect alarms. They can look at, you can see monitoring the source IP addresses. A plethora of things you can do. But what we've kind of found is that SIEM consists on item. And what if we could take all of your existing, what if we could take all of your security elements in your network, and they all talk to each other? It's like in a mesh fabric, a mesh model. That's a huge benefit because it not only exploits the potential gains when security elements work together, but the security fabric, this consolidates a lot of the security events that can be used to identify and understand security incidences across your entire enterprise, your entire security. Not only campus, branch, but what resources, assets you have to talk about. That's one thing I want to make sure you take away from there. FortiGuard Labs and Fortinet Security Fabric. We just had I think it's our 13th consecutive quarter of profitability. This is what our CEO talks about to the analysts. This is all it says. Yeah, he says, okay, yeah, our revenues increased here and here, and our services, but this is the genesis of this company.
Because now you're offering a whole security fabrics.
Yes.
And that's where you're managing all the solutions.
Right. They all interact all the time. So they don't have to go to a SIEM first and then it's all interacting.
The other thing to emphasize that Fortinet can manage any type of firewall. I think that's very important. I think a lot of these institutions they get connected to a firewall and they think that they can only use the security solutions around that firewall. You may want to have a separate security solution and not necessarily the same.
Yeah.
So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. I could probably cover it. It's kind of a wide topic, right?
Okay, just a little bit. I know getting to lunch, and I know some people on Teams want to see this presentation, so.
And as Corey was talking about how you evolve, you show you that roadmap, you got to make sure you're partnering with companies, you're making investment with companies that have open standards. Remember years back, we realized Cisco was proprietary this, proprietary that. There's no more than that. You can't have proprietary protocols part of your things. It's got to be an open environment. So if you look at these 4 pillars here, fabric connectors, APIs, not this stuff is like sharing. I won't say everything that's but the investment that we have made to make sure we address all of these particular ecosystem cloud partners. This is critical. This is a major investment. This took us about 5 years to do before we even got into the cloud business. Okay, this is not easy stuff. It's not major investments. As far as let's see who guardrails. They're like some companies pay and some companies don't. But they are like kind of like a team, in our industry. When they say things, people do listen. I still have CISOs, PGs, board of SAs. This is what Gardner's telling us, so we need to make that investment. Do you have that? I've actually been involved in competitive situations against companies where, this was years back, where we weren't in this Gardner squadron. We were like here or challengers, and we lost major contracts to the boys that were up here to be top right. So it's still very important. We were measured by this. Wall Street measures us by this. Okay? So these are very important things we continue to work on. I'm not going to go through the entire security portfolio. If you go to Azure, commercial marketplace, you have the name right. We have probably about north of about 40 virtual solutions. So we have our next generation firewall, central monitoring. We have some products that overlap with Azure, like web application firewalls, like Corey was talking about. We're seeing major web attacks. Big retailers on improvement, we say names, get hit Thanksgiving Day or Black Friday. Like just, I read this the other day, Cloudflare is one of our web application competitors with us. They had a retailer in the UK, and they actually found and stopped 150 million hits per second on the retailer's website. It brought the website down for about 2 hours. Think about Lowe's or Home Depot or Macy's or Thanksgiving or Kohl's or GDP's that are down for hours with customer came online or Wayfair. That's big money to us. Okay? It's big money to you two folks too. When the gentleman said he was trying to increase to 1,000 students, they want to do online curriculum and online study. They need access, and they need secure access, and they need it now. They need it 24/7. So again, the portfolio is very broad. Again, some overlapping products and some are complementary or cloud partners. Now, what I wanted to spend some time establishing in the workshops is meeting folks would like to sit down with Mike and I in their region. There's a lot of co-development that we do. We just don't develop a product and then get Microsoft and Azure to, we'll put it in the cloud. We do a lot of co-development with that. So as of today, if you've worked with Azure and you've heard, has anybody heard of something called virtual WAN hub? So that allows, let's say you've got research universities, if you're talking to Stanford, you're talking to Cal Poly, and Morehouse, and Clark, and we're talking, their hospitals, we're talking to Emory University Hospital, there's research going on. Those are different regions within an Azure cloud environment. So you route between these different regions. We were the first next generation firewall that we delivered to Azure for the last 2 years. That the rest is event. No one else has done that. So, and it's heavy BGP routing, that's all I'll say. Very difficult. So it's 2 years of development product for the folks to see out there. So again, a lot of major, not just partnership and marketing, a lot of deep engineering, a lot of deep exploration. I wanted to put this up here because I just want you to get an idea where we are. As Corey talking about, this is where Microsoft is. We've had some investments that we've done. This is a sandbox situation. Okay. Next generation firewall. Still a very critical element in the cloud environment that you have at the branch, that you have is WAN edge, SD-WAN. This is now a no-cost software feature in our premise branch firewall. So we've got literally hundreds of different models and sizes of firewalls moving forward. Something at a branch site, or most of you folks have campus environments, but you've got off-campus environments, satellite campuses, other campuses. SD-WAN is definitely a money saver when we're looking to reduce your broadband costs. Okay? Florida Power and Light. You know what their third largest expenditure was? It was AT&T and MPLS service. The third largest expense was their company. That's tremendous. That's huge. That's all been eliminated with SD-WAN. A couple commercials here. We won the Partner of the Year with Azure Marketplace in 2020. We won the Enterprise Award in 2019. These awards are not easy to get. They're difficult.
Staying really hard.
Say, Microsoft's very proud of itself, and Azure too, so a lot of times we have to divide our time. But I wanted to just show you where our products, we have some overlapping products, but as we build our portfolio of new products, we have to make sure we connect and interact with these Azure native cloud tools. Okay, Sentinel, so Sentinel, Azure Cloud Function, templates, virtual WAN, these are all Azure products. So we had to make sure that we fit in that sandbox. We interact with all of those inherent cloud-native solutions. All good. Okay. I'm starting to get into some of the use cases, and this is the last slide I have. These are some of the 4, 5, 6 main applications that we have in Azure today. Some of our most successful. I mentioned SD-WAN. If any of you are looking at reducing making your bandwidth costs okay, it's under control. We've got all campus locations and branch locations, all kinds of reducing costs here. I would definitely encourage you to contact Dina and myself and talk about SD-WAN. This is a game changer for us next year. Big time. Saving our customers a lot of money. Azure virtual integration, I already talked about that. If you're going from an Azure regional hub, Azure calls them virtual networks. In California, it's the central part of the US, it's the East Coast and Northeast. You've got to route traffic between all of those VNets. So that's something to address. Hybrid cloud security, we talked about that. Web application security, this is huge. Azure has a web application firewall. We have a web application firewall. And it definitely includes artificial intelligence, which Neil was talking about earlier. This is critical. You have to protect your websites. That's your knowledge, that's your information, those are your assets. Those are students that are hitting your website to register, okay, with their social security information, their addresses and credit cards, their complete history. I heard a story this morning in LA. Somebody was telling me LA school district has got attacked in California, and a lot of the students, not only medical, but some other information was stolen. I mean, we can't allow this to happen to our children, right? Secure SaaS apps, Corey talked about that. This makes it easier for you to procure, to fulfill our solutions. You do pay-go, you can bring your own license, or you're buying it through a Fortinet partner, like HPC, that you run it, or what Corey was talking about, secure SaaS service. That's where Azure is today. That's where Azure wants to be. They want you to be able to have an incredible digital experience in the commercial marketplace. So it makes it easy for your CFO, your VP, whoever's in your room, to be able to buy the licenses and the bundles and the terms that you wish. Okay? Trying to make it very simple. Okay, that's all I have. I'm not going to go into the department of Microsoft. There's a lot of use cases, a lot of reference architectures that I have here. If any of you folks would like to see it, it's actually here until 3:30 today at my hotel.
Okay.
Anyway, or if you'd like to have a one-on-one session on Teams, or you'd like to get a one-on-one groups, again, we're here supporting folks. You made the investment, again, this is one of the resources that are here. We want to help you folks be successful. We know you got a lot of challenges. Can you put that roadmap up here? That's a lot to digest, okay? How the hell do we, excuse myself, how do we do that?
Yeah.
And it's tough for us.
Yeah.
But again, we put ourselves in your shoes, try to help you through the journey. And we don't know everything. We don't have the solution. But we'll tell you who will. And we're very vendor agnostic. You got other vendors in your network. You got F5, load balance, somebody else. We don't go, oh, we're going to take it out.
Yeah, exactly.
How do we coexist? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good. Thank you for your time today. Sorry to rush through this.
Yeah.
So don't speak this fast.
No.
Anyway.
Thank you, TJ. And we are gonna update our slides with this information. This is very important.